Odin, the father of the gods, appears as an ancient, powerful warrior with a single eye that glows dark red, the other lost in his sacrifice for wisdom. His face is rugged, scarred, his skin pale as if he's endured many cold winters. His long, gray hair and beard drift around him like a mist of shadows, and his shoulders are cloaked in a deep darkness, as black as the night. Surrounded by two black ravens, Hugin and Munin, that mock and whisper secrets to him, Odin has a dark, haunting gaze that pierces any soul. Thor, the god of thunder, is depicted as enormous, with powerful, massive arms that constantly grip his mighty hammer, Mjolnir. His face is harsh, his eyes like storm clouds, glowing with electric blue. His skin, scarred from countless battles, seems to carry the memories of dozens of wars. When he steps, the ground trembles beneath him, and the air is tinged with the smell of thunder. Thor wears heavy armor marked by the signs of lightning, and his presence is trailed by a dark cloud threatening to burst with lightning and storms. Loki, the god of trickery, appears as a sinister and cunning creature, his face distorted by a terrifying grin that makes one question his intentions. His eyes gleam a dark green, reflecting his mastery of deception and craftiness. His skin is pale, almost lifeless, with the texture of snake scales. Constantly shifting forms, his face always carries a twisted expression, as if he's endlessly mocking. Loki wears a black, billowing cloak, reminiscent of a snake's body, and leaves behind a trail that seems to dissolve into shadows. Hel, the goddess of the underworld, is eerily silent and morbid. Half of her body appears alive and gentle, while the other half is cracked, pale, and decaying, like a long, dead creature. Her eyes are deep and empty, looking with a calmness that recalls death. She wears a long, dark dress entwined with old, dried bones, and her voice sounds like the cold wind whistling over dead fields. Hel is a quiet, somber ruler of darkness, leaving a deep, uneasy feeling in her presence. Freyja, the goddess of beauty and war, here appears as fatally dangerous and alluring. Her skin is white as snow, and her eyes are cold, icy, as if her beauty has become a curse. Her hair is long, golden, shining like fire in the dark, falling around her like blood-red leaves. She wears armor of blackened gold, glistening with drops of blood, and a dark smile graces her face, as if she relishes every moment of death. Freyja rides a chariot pulled by giant, fierce cats, and her presence brings a deep chill and fear. Fenrir, the gigantic wolf, is a fearsome beast, with fur as black and glossy as night shadows. His eyes are dark red, filled with hatred and hunger. His fangs are sharp and blood-stained, and his size is immense, capable of breaking any chains that attempt to bind him. Fenrir sniffs the air, his voice echoing like a hurricane as he lets out a terrifying, dark howl. He carries the prophecy of Ragnarok, his presence a reminder of the world's impending doom.
Jormungandr, the world serpent, is a massive creature encircling the entire world. Its skin is pale, scaly, covered in slime, as though risen from the depths of the underworld. Its jaws are wide, filled with long, venomous teeth, and its eyes are cold and empty, like oceanic abysses. It slithers through the oceans, causing storms and leaving a trail of venom. Jormungandr lurks silently, breathing toxic vapors and poison anything that comes near.
Baldur, the god of light, appears as fragile and hauntingly sorrowful. His face is beautiful but pale, with deep marks of sadness and despair. His eyes are gray like a storm about to break and reflect a deep melancholy. He wears light, frosty clothes that seem frozen, and a strange calm radiates from him, tinged with lost hope. When he stands, he casts a cold, white shadow, as if hinting at the lost light and looming misfortunes. Surtur, the fire giant, is dark and burning like a flame. His body is pitch black, with fiery cracks that emit scorching heat. His eyes burn like embers, and his face looks as though it's cast from volcanic lava. He holds a massive, flaming sword that scorches everything it touches. When he speaks, his voice sounds like the flames of hell, and his smell is that of smoke. Surtur radiates destruction and doom, proclaiming Ragnarok, in which the world will meet its end.
Skadi, the goddess of winter and mountains, is as icy and dark as the northern lands. Her skin is blue-white, her eyes gleam like cold, merciless ice. Her hair, like frost, is long and silent, like the snow on mountain peaks, and her voice sounds like the icy wind raging through the mountains. She wears armor resembling jagged ice cliffs, carrying a bow covered in frost crystals. Skadi brings with her a sharp, chilling calmness, evoking a paralyzing fear in anyone who encounters her.